from?
She's half a beer deep, so it's
so I
downhill.
Have more.
I tried to do
change
the
channel.
two, and it just didn't work out. So I went, fuck this, I'm going back to the all-female lineup, and it's worked much better.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
That, you know, you would know
Idiots,
me.
but I still love them.
So did you guys know each other before?
No, I turned up as a complete stranger.
Yeah? Actually, I think I remember that call out. If that was correct, on Facebook.
Because I was in
Looking for a
Melbourne and I put the
lucky
ad
you.
up. I put the ad up everywhere, and all these people, these guys, because my description of what I wanted was so particular and so like outlandishly wishful thinking that everyone
Must have
was like,
pink hair.
just
"She doesn't
settled for
exist. She doesn't exist," and then she
second.
just butted in and went, "Yes, she does," and put a photo.
Oh,
of
I
her.
did-
I'm like,
I didn't even-
Ah!
I didn't even want to join a band, but I read the description and everyone's saying she doesn't exist. And I said, well, I
was like
I
Mary
had to butt
Poppins.
in. I didn't even want to join the band. I just wanted to say, well, she does actually exist. Thank you, goodbye.
Yeah.
And then I contacted her. I
And
was
then
like,
she
"Hey,
met
man."
us. She met us, and she just fell in love. So.
Yeah? What suburb are you all in then? You nearby?
We're all kind of close to each other now.
I'm back in the inner west.
Yeah,
now,
I'm
and
in the three of us
And
are
then
in the
Rexy's in
west.
the west. She's not inner, she's outer.
Yeah.
Let's just say
What
west.
kind of suburb? I mean, you were near Annandale.
I
just
was
back
in
the day?
Annandale
Yeah.
up till just over a year ago, and now I'm in Canterbury near Marrickville and stuff. So,
Yep.
which is cool. I love it. It's good.
Yeah,
much
yeah.
bigger houses and
Yeah.
a little bit further out, but
Ah.
for what you get, it's much better.
You love Sydney? Okay, if you
do
could live
love
anywhere
Sydney,
in the
actually.
whole
I
world,
do.
yeah?
Prague.
Look, my family's there, so and we're all there, but I do love it though, but not so much at the moment. It used to be fucking great. Like you could just do anything you wanted, and I had a really good nightlife and gigs, and it's really only just been in the last 5 years that it's just gone.
Yeah, and everything's so expensive.
But
Yeah,
I
it's just
still
gonna-
love
yeah.
it. I still have faith that it will somehow get better, but I don't see that happening in the next year or so.
Aside from the lockout, that completely aside, it's super expensive. They're trying to make, Newtown, for example. I moved to Newtown 9 years ago. First time I moved out of home, just moved in there. And the change in that time, and I'm sure it's, people that have been there 30 years can say, all the really cool underground pubs that would just, like your feet stick to the carpet. They're just filled with shit. And it's like just awesome. Just bought out by like these really big, I'm not going to drop some names, but really big kind of rich companies who just gut them and make them all fancy.
Wow.
So you're getting a different type of crowd in there. It's lost its kind of cool quirkiness in some regard. And that's what I don't like about it.
What's the beer worth? I was in a place in Surfers Paradise. I walked to this place and went, oh no, it's one of these like Kanye West Sunday afternoon. Everything was white and it was a fake
$11 for a
DJ.
bottle of
chick.
Yeah. Literally
Good
playing an
parts of
iPad.
Sydney.
Yeah.
Like Glebe's still pretty cool. Glebe's starting to put.
Were you going to
lots
ask about the
venues
price of a
and-
beer bar?
Yeah.
We talked about this
I bought
today.
my mate a Corona. Oh, it's his birthday. There he is over there.
15
Two
bucks.
Coronas. They're $12.
Oh,
Oh,
Do you
for
pay
two?
$15 in Sydney sometimes?
I paid $18 a few weeks ago.
for
I'm
one
not-
beer.
For a Bulmers, a cider.
That's
It wasn't
pint?
tap, it was bottled, and so she opened it and then told me the price, and I had to pay ridiculous.
It does,
right?
like because of the lockout thing, and because of the live music thing, and because of everything going up, all the prices are going to go up. But there's still plenty of places to go there. Like I worked. Well, I'm not there anymore, but the bar I was working in, it's a bit more expensive, but you still get free bands. They still put music on, and like the beer, maybe it's a bit more, but
I need to start warehouse
they still
parties
have
again.
to pay for bands. At least they pay musicians, so there's still some places. And like Wollongong is fucking cool for gigs.
Yeah.
Newcastle is good for gigs. So even though it's not like, you only have to do the ratio for the venues. There's so many bands. in
Katoomba was
Sydney.
amazing last weekend. You could do whatever you
Katoomba,
wanted in
and that's
there.
only
Yeah.
they're only an hour out, so there's not heaps of venues there anymore. But there still are. So I don't know.
I think it's a matter of
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, but
Like,
I
something
think
I
maybe
just don't like to rag on my fair city.
no, but maybe we're so used to having everything we want, and then all of a
That's
sudden
right.
a younger brother comes along and they want to play with your toys, and now we're getting all shitty about it. Like there are other parts in Sydney that are great, and
Yeah.
there are cool venues still there, but yeah, we just want to whinge about it.
Yeah.
We just want to
the
party.
Aussie-
We just want to be able to party
the Aussie
all night
way.
and just walk from one live venue to another.
Exactly.
No, we forget how
Unmolested
spoiled we
for
are and how
free.
lucky we really are.
Pay $2.
Okay, but if you had to live, so this is worldwide, any city. Okay, my first choice would be Berlin. Second choice, and I know it's like complete polar opposite and super conservative, but would be Tokyo. I absolutely love that city. So they're my two choices.
Yeah.
Rexy?
You look at your European type, you know what I mean, with your European points of view now.
No, we've changed,
Same.
man. We're not
Yeah.
the same.
Would you choose
Come back all stuck up our own ass.
like
This studio is
Auburn?
like Prague.
Apparently we're rich and stuck up our own asses.
Rexy
now.
would choose Auburn in Sydney.
Yeah, you love it.
I wouldn't. I don't know where that came from at all. I'd go anywhere where the beers are 70 cents and you can smoke inside.
I'd live down the south coast if I could. If
Southeast
I could,
Asia.
I'd be if you were talking.
I loved
around
Austria.
Here.
I really liked
Yeah,
Austria.
Austria was cool.
The people there were really nice, and but
I liked
I just want
Hungary.
to travel
I really
everywhere
fucking
instead
liked
of more
Budapest.
Same. Budapest was
Budapest was
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah,
it was
Budapest was
mental.
really cool.
Right.
It was crazy.
We went to Budapest's
There's
most
pros and cons
notorious
about everywhere, though.
nightclub.
Really, like so.
It's a wild city. I like Budapest. I liked Prague as well.
Wait, was that?
They all sound the same to me. Isn't
Nah,
that funny?
they're not. They're not though. That's the thing. They're very different. It sounds like that, but they're all.
It's weird how
definitely
Australia's all
unique.
the same. It's so
It's
huge.
crazy. Like you
Yeah,
drive for
yeah.
8 hours and you're still in the same sort of thing.
Yeah,
and then
with
in
the same-
Europe, you drive for like 5 hours and you're in a completely different country. And
Yeah, you've gone
Some
through
culture
4 other
and-
countries
yeah,
too in 5
basically.
hours.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And high five to Australia for that. Yes.
Yeah, look, it's still a great place to live. We are very lucky in a lot of ways here.
We are.
It's a shame to see
very
that it get
fortunate.
turned into this strict disciplinary place when we have it so much easier in a lot of ways.
But
And-
then again, that's just, we're just coming from the inner Sydney perspective.
Yeah.
It's not like that nationwide. It just sucks that it's like super expensive.
I
It's the
love
same
living
as
in
London.
Melbourne.
That's all. Like when we were in London, we were like, oh, okay, this is the same, if not slightly more expensive than Sydney.
Yeah.
Whereas everywhere else, like you could just, the amount of Hungry Jacks I ate just because it was so cheap. Like everything, I was like, just get in my body. It's so cheap. And then subsequently threw it up.
Let's talk about who got the award for vomiting the most on tour.
Yeah, you like to vomit?
One guess.
I don't like it.
She does it a lot.
Really?
Every day there was a situation.
Really?
Every day.
Hang on, no.
I couldn't think of anything worse
I
than
don't think
vomiting.
was like
anyone
a
wants
cat.
to
Well, hang on.
hear-
There was lots of drinking, and lots of like just on the road takeaway food, and that just doesn't. You can't smash a shit ton of beers one night and then have
and not
Hungry
get
Jacks
any
for
sleep.
breakfast.
And then drum.
And-
Yeah. It just wasn't. And I get motion sickness, and we were in a crammed in a van every single day for hours on end. And as soon as I get in a car, I'm going to vomit. So the beer and the Hungry Jacks came out.
Do you guys ever look at the drummers when you're rehearsing and you're just not feeling good and you're like, oh man, just play my guitar, and then you look over the drummer, and you're like, they've got to work so hard, they've got to carry all this crap out, but there's no
There was a few times on tour where I really felt bad for Laura.
I like you. Yeah, I like you.
All the
I like
time.
you.
That night in
Appreciate it.
Manchester was bad. You were like white. She was like she was as white as this
Oh, is that
table.
when we practiced? When we
Yeah,
were-
the
She had a
practice
plastic
gig.
bag next to the drum kit so she could hurl in it while she played.
rock and roll.
exactly.
What was that?
I've hurled on stage a
drum.
couple
Beer.
of times.
Beer.
On stage? Really? I've never done
On
it on
stage, I've had to have a bucket on the side of stage.
I passed out
At
on
least
stage
3
once.
times. At
I
least
vomited
3
on
times.
myself singing once.
Hang on, I want to hear about how Rexy
Anyway.
passed out. Did you actually just drop to the floor?
Backwards with holding my guitar.
I had a micro sleep on the first trip over. I fell asleep on stage because I'd been awake for so long. I was just playing and just went to sleep and woke up like 2 seconds later and what the fuck. The things
We're really talking ourselves up here, aren't we?
And also, we're bloody great musicians.
You are. Actually, I really like that comparison. Arctic Monkeys, when I think of them, they're kind of this technical, upbeat. You can't put
I don't see it at all. I
Yeah.
don't see it at all.
No, but I don't know. That
most
latest
of the things
recording you've
people
done.
say to me, I don't understand. I just nod and smile. Thanks, man.
That's great.
I'm going to go over there.
That's what you don't drink, Jess.
No, I'm waiting till later. I do. I don't like drinking through the day.
Yeah, me either,
It makes me feel.
She punished her liver pretty bad in the 90s.
Yeah, probably did.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired.
She's still
I drove
hungover.
a lot last night. I only got like 2 hours sleep, so I'm holding myself out.
Right.
I don't know. It just makes me feel sick. I don't like.
Yeah.
I've never liked drinking in the day, unless it's because you're awake from the night after, before.
Yeah.
Before, after.
Yeah,
I
one
love
sleep
it.
till
Before,
Christmas.
after, before, after.
Okay.
Someone actually, I read somewhere online that someone made a point about, do you know, in like Mad Men and those types of films, they're always like at like being really cool in the office, like having a whiskey or scotch or whatever in the day. And they're like, that's not life. You can't do, like, no one does that. No. Like, if I go and have a beer at lunch at work, I'm fucked for the afternoon. Yeah. They're like, why aren't in any of these shows you just see bodies of people sleeping on their desks? I was like, so on point. I can't deal.
Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right. When was the last time you saw someone that was actually a bit drunk not be annoying? Like, when you're sober, like, you know, someone's like, I'm going to have this whiskey.
Never going to happen.
And then next minute they're like, and I was talking, I was right. You know, shut up. I'm not as drunk as you.
Yeah. You don't still look fresh and you're sued and smooth talking and functional.
Shouldn't you be home now?
Mascara's starting to run down your cheek a little bit.
I'm having flashbacks to the flight home from Budapest now, and I had to.
Oh, they nearly wouldn't let me on the plane.
Escort you ladies to the airport.
They
had palinka. They had like 5 shots of palinka for breakfast.
No, we had vodka. We went on the palinka.
13 shots of vodka for breakfast in Hungary on the night we left.
It made the whole thing better for me.
It made the whole thing better for me.
It made it all worse for me.
A friend of ours who was a friend of a friend came and babysat us for the night, and he took us out. And
I stayed behind. I did some more travelling, so I stayed behind when they all went back to Sydney. And I was sober and maybe a little emotional. I don't know why, because we had like a really awesome tour, and they were just so shit. Say, mate, they are. And I actually said, I was like, I will see you later. There is no Rexy. I'm so impressed that she got on the flight.
All I could do was stare at them and blink occasionally. It was just like, what is going on?
And you're in the quiet line.
I wasn't that morning. I was pretty loose.
Yeah, you guys were when you came back to the room.
Yeah, we were laughing at you. She was on the floor of the van.
This was about just 10 o'clock in the morning. We just returned home from breakfast.
And you're about to go to the airport.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Long haul flight.
I'm saying goodbye, getting a little bit teary because I'm sad they're leaving. They're just trying to figure out how to open the door of the car. And I was convinced that they weren't going to get on that flight.
I didn't think they were going to get on.
They did. And then the amount of stopovers they had, I was impressed with all the selfies of the continuation of drinking at the airport, in the lounge, on the plane.
Did I do that? I didn't.
I
stopped.
Maybe you or Jazz. You wouldn't remember.
It could have happened on the way back. We were pretty well behaved on the way. I was sober by the time we got on the plane.
I was not.
Anyway, we like to drink, so...
Yes, we've established that.
This all came from...
talked about drinking for an hour.
This all came from how Jess doesn't like to drink in the daytime while I've finished mine. And
if you open the door to that, it'll go for an hour on drinking.
We have lots of
do you ever rehearse?
Stories.
Yeah, we do.
Do you ever get together?
Yeah, if we're not touring and stuff, if we've got time. Yeah.
We've had gigs every week.
We're sober, we've tried out.
We get together at those meetings.
Yeah.
Someone will provide a six-pack, of course, and then...
Jess and I tried to rehearse the other week, and we got about 30 seconds into the first song and realised we could bake muffins instead, so we went and did that.
Hey, we did actually finish 2 songs, though.
Did we?
I have the actual recording evidence of it that we did actually achieve.
And then we made brownies.
You know when
I was going to make salad, remember? And then it went to
herb salad.
Brownies trumped salad.
I hadn't even had all the salad.
And oregano salad.
You don't make friends with
This is a
salad.
good band. I can tell this is a good band. You know when we did that thing with Nitocris, I remember going, like 6 chicks, wow. But instantly it was like, ooh, there's so many like, don't bring this up, but there's like, there's underlying... There's conversations happening without words being spoken. I was like,
Oh, that must have been the end.
Who knows? But you know what I'm saying? It's like,
we were on the road a lot together. I'm not
There's
surprised.
more to this where you couldn't maybe speak your mind or...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't as fun as it should be.
We were a lot younger, though, as well. Like, we were only 21 then. And we toured constantly. Everybody was fucked. But we had a lot of fights in that band. A lot of fights. Like, very full-on fights. Like, actual fisticuffs and... chairs being thrown and shit. But I just put it down to being
this sounds more fun. This feels more fun.
We bicker, but we don't really fight. Everyone's a bit
It's the way you get over it. It's
Hey, you got 2 Aquarians in the band. What am I going to say?
Come on.
You guys just need to relax.
We're all about the love.
Just relax, man. Just relax.
Look, if everyone's stoned all the time, no one can remember who's fighting with who or... Why?
I
we're
do
fighting.
find this group a lot more chilled out. Like, it's a lot more. It's not as competitive. And
I was surprised. Five
Nitocris went to
weeks.
school together though, as well. Do you know what I mean? So, like the 4 band members, it's like siblings. So.